Let him cook now. Let him cook. I said let him cook.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the first ever poker vlog. We're playing 2-3 at the Gardens Casino in Los Angeles, and for the first hand, we're on the button and we pick up a6 of diamonds. Everyone and their mother limps, so we limp back. And yeah, we should never be limping this spot. We should always be putting in the raise, being the aggressor, but we decide to limp. And the flop comes a dream flop. We flop the nut flush, and no other hand beats us here, and everyone checks and we check it back. This is incorrect. We should always be betting and not checking back. We should always be putting money into this pot, building a pot while we have the chance. But we decided to check it back, and actually maybe it works because early position +1 decides to bet out when the jack of spades comes. He bets out for $30. Now, early position +2 calls, and obviously we're not going anywhere. I contemplate if I should be raising here, but we decided to just make the call, keep everyone's bluffs in, and we don't want to over rep our hand and make everyone fold. The river comes a board pairing 9, and this one could be dicey because it's a limp pot. Anyone can have a full house, jack 9, 9-8, pocket 9s, any sets beat us, but we're short stack, so we're gonna be betting $46. And into 2 other players, I think that's completely fine. We gotta give value. We gotta find value when we can. And under the gun +1 thinks about it, and he makes the call. And early position +2 decides to rip it in for his whole stack. And obviously, we're not gonna fold. We're calling, and we show that we have the a6 of diamonds for the flop flush, and we're gonna take this one down. And funny enough, somebody had a jack, so it was a good check on the turn on the flop. And the early position +2 that goes all in, he actually rivered 3 of a kind. I believe he had 9-7 here, so good thing he didn't hit a full house. And we're gonna take this $300 pot down. Nice. Yeah, I guess. But yeah, the queen of diamonds, right? Yeah. Makes sense. I swear I thought someone had a set. I was like, I knew someone had a set. You know, like that kind of board. Now for the next interesting hand, I believe this is a few hands later, and we pick up the jack 10, and it's offsuit, but jack 10 honestly is my personal favorite hand. And again, we limp in, and yes, after looking at these videos and these clips, we probably should raise here. Just be the aggressor. And instead, small blind decides to make it $23, and we obviously are gonna make the call in position against the aggressor. And let's see what happens. Got a pot over here. So we actually go 3 ways to a flop. And I believe there's about $55 in the middle. And the flop comes 10 high. It's actually a very favorable flop. Now small blind checks. I'm putting him on an ace king, ace queen, 2 big cards, and we decide to lead out for $40. Late position folds, small blind folds, and we're gonna take this small little pot down. Nice. Literally the very next hand, we pick up pocket eights. We're under the gun and we decide to limp. I think raising or limping here is completely fine, but a lot of good players actually raise when they play a hand. And well, I had a very suspicious thought. We just won the last hand, so we're just gonna limp and see what happens. And I believe one other person calls a limp. Actually, two other people call a limp. The button calls, the undergun +2 calls. And it folds over to the big blind, who decides to raise. He raises to $13. And I make the call, and everyone else folds. I don't know what the point of limping for $3 and folding is, but that's what happens with everyone. And the flop is not a bad one. It's 4-7 jack with 2 clubs. It gets checked around, and on the turn when he checks again, I'm gonna have to bet, and I bet out for $12 what he raised for, and the river brings a 7. This is actually a good board for me, and when the big blind checks, I bet out for $15. And he actually raises to 30. I just snap call it. Wow. And this time he shows us that he has pocket 4. So he actually flopped the set and rivered a full house. Yeah, that's unfortunate. And somehow we have exactly $300. Since the next hand, I'm going to be in the big blind, I decide to make the executive decision and go to the 5-5 game. There was one hand that I didn't get to film because I just sat down and I picked up a monster and didn't have time to take out my phone. But I had pocket queens and won that hand. And now we actually look down at ace-7 of clubs. Late position decides to raise it up. And the button calls and I call. The flop comes queen high with 2 clubs. This is a pretty favorable flop for us since we have the nut flush draw. We're essentially drawing to the nuts, and the button decides to lead out for $25. We're obviously not going anywhere. We're gonna have to see a turn, and we decide to call the $25. Now under the gun +2 decides to also call, and late position decides to call as well. Now the turn is an interesting one. It comes to 5 of hearts. And at this point, I have mixed feelings. I decide to check, obviously, and the button moves all in. How much is it? And it's actually for a decent amount of money. And I think about it, and I'm like, you know what? I think I'm going to have to call this, see a river, and hopefully just bink. So we make the call. It's actually $120 more to call, so I think we're getting the right price, and you know, it's $120 to basically win almost $400. I just need to win 20 to 30% of the time to be profitable. Now the river comes the king of spade, and obviously I'm just gonna check and hope for the best here because, I mean, I'm just giving up. Who am I kidding? I'm not going to ever bluff at this. There's someone already all in. And I think actually one more person called. So this is actually, this isn't actually a $500 hand. This is probably like a $700 hand. And of course, the big blind flips over. He flips over a queen and he's going to take it down. And now we're back down to $230 in our stack. Not ideal situations. I feel like we're always finding a way to become a short stack sometimes, and in this case is no different. So hopefully we can recover.
Flush draw too? Flush draw also?
Okay, in this next hand, I believe someone raised to like $20. I actually dropped my phone and couldn't get all the footage, but we look down at queen 5 of spades, and the flop is a dreamy one. It's queen 5-10, and it gets checked around. The turn comes an ace, and we lead out for $25. And we probably should have been checking here just because we're out of position and let them fire. But we bet and we take it down. Now, after this hand, we're actually going to be back to almost starting stack of 300, which is... we're going the right direction at this point. And hopefully we can keep going in the right direction. Now, this next hand... the reason why I'm reviewing this next hand, even though it didn't really get anywhere, is we're in the big blind and we look down at the beautiful natural 9. For all you Baki players, we got the Jack 9 of hearts. And I think I made a mistake here. I think I should have been the aggressor just because everyone limps around. And I think this is a good hand to just 3-bet with. But we decided to be a little chicken and not do that. And after some time thinking, the lady next to us, who looks like she's a type player, no, we just fold. And she's gonna take it down. But the reason why I want to review this hand is because I think she didn't have anything. Actually, at the end of the session, she told me that she had nothing. And I think I had a pair, which is unfortunate. So yeah, guys, I guess aggression is the way to go in a lot of these situations. Okay, for the next interesting hand, we actually look down at the good old 7-4 of hearts. Yeah, double down in blackjack. You got it. If you were thinking like a gambler, well, that's a double down hand. And what are we gonna do? We're gonna call everyone's raise. Someone raises to 20 bucks and late position calls, and I'm gonna call on the button. So let's go to a flop and hopefully we can bink. Now the flop comes 7 deuce deuce. And this is actually a good flop for me, especially when everyone checks and I'm gonna have to take a stab at it. But they beat me to it. They bet $15 and I'm gonna have to raise this. I raised it up to $55. I'm just praying that everyone folds because someone can easily have an overpair, someone can easily have a better 7, and hopefully they all fold. Let's see what happens. Okay, so I'm sitting here not expecting this.
I hope you have a
The guy next to me goes all in, and obviously I'm gonna have to call because I have too much commitment in this spot. And I have a feeling I'm beat. I have a feeling he has a deuce or something. And yeah,
I think it plays. Wow, that's actually plays.
he has a better 7 than me. Somehow his 6 kicker plays. Yeah, 6-7, 6-7, and I had 7-4. And his kicker plays. Unfortunate. So we're gonna actually lose this $300 pot, and it's gonna suck because now we're really down to a short stack. I believe we have like $150 left in our stack, which is not an ideal situation. And we're playing a 5-5 game where the blinds are deeper, and yeah, I'm sitting here like, hey, I'm short stack. I think I belong at a 2-3 game right now, but my stubborn ass is gonna stay right here at the 5-5 game. Oh well. Hopefully we can run it back up.
Chips right here, please.
Okay, so for the next interesting hand, we actually pick up Jack Deuce offsuit, and somebody raises to $10, and everyone in the mother calls, so we call. Don't ask why I'm playing Jack Deuce. If you guys are wondering, yes, I think I'm pretty tilted at this point. You know, I ran it up, tripled my money at the 2-3 game, and now dusting it all away at the 5-5 game. And yeah, I'm just gonna play every hand, I think. Somehow we need a miracle in this hand because there's literally $50 in the middle. It's like almost dead money. And guess what? We get rewarded because it's a jack high flop and we're sitting here with Jack Deuce. Now, everyone in front of me decides to check, and I don't know why I checked back. I really should not be checking here. I should always just be betting, protecting my hand, because a queen can come, a king can come, somebody can hit a set on the turn. I gotta find out where I am. But the button, somebody leads out, I believe, for like $10-15. So we call, but then we get check raised, and we get check raised to $55.
Okay, I'm on.
Now I think he was doing this with an 8, just going back and thinking about the
Nice
hand,
timing, my friend.
and we shove all in. The guy that raised $55, he folds to another $75 raise, and we're gonna take this pot down. Now our chip stack is going in the right direction. We bought into this game for 300, and we're sitting around 230, 240 ish. So let's hope we can just run it back up. Yeah, and like I said, I think I'm still steaming at this point. I'm a little bit tilted, even though I got most of my money back. And we look down at Queen Deuce offsuit, and this is obviously a clear fold, guys. Do not attempt to do this. You know, we're gonna call somebody's dinky little raise. And yeah, I mean, I have no business in this pot. I should never be putting a single dollar into this pot with Queen Deuce offsuit. I'm looking at this. I'm mad at myself for even watching this right now. Like, what am I doing? And of course, now we actually flop bottom pair. The board is Jack 3 deuce, and we hit a deuce. And what are we gonna do? And now we're gonna lead out. We lead out for $15. Late position calls, early position calls, and yeah, I think we're just screwed here. Now the turn comes to 6, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna slow down. Yeah, I check. They check. Now I didn't put the illustration card for the river, because I think I couldn't see exactly what it was. But it's irrelevant because I tried to take a stab at it. I bet out for $35, $40 or whatever it is. At this point, I'm turning my hand to a bluff. And I'm going to show... I get called, obviously. I'm going to show a deuce, and my opponent actually had a jack. Surprising. No, not really. I should never be in this pot, and look at that. I just got my stack back up, and my stack is going back down. I'm back under 200 now. Like, yeah, I'm tilted. I don't know what I'm doing at this point. Like I said, I'm tilted, and I'm playing every hand. I don't know what is going on. Looking back at the footage, I should not be playing such... I'm playing like a fish. I'm gonna admit it. I'm gonna take away credit where credit's due. I'm playing like a fish. 10-3 offsuit. Guys, look at this. I'm playing 10-3 offsuit. Why? What is the point of playing 10-3 offsuit? I should just be folding. Why even limp? At least raise it, right? But the flop comes 2-4-5. We flop an open-ended straight draw. And small blind bets, I believe, like $5-10. Everyone calls, and the turn comes another 5. Now everyone checks. I check back as well, obviously.
Whatever he does, we do, right? Funny.
So the river comes an ace. Now we have a straight. We lose to full houses, which could be there, obviously. And the big blind takes a stab at it for $15. Now I'm thinking about what I should do, and I decide to just call. I think I was going to raise here. I should be raising. What am I doing? Just raise. And I decide to just call. And obviously I
thought
show...
you might have full house.
And yeah, we're going to be good. This is obviously a raise.
Huh?
Yeah, I messed up on this spot, guys. I should be raising here. I mean, if they have a full house, take my money. It's not a big deal at this point. I'm tilted. I need to make a comeback. But now our stack is back to $225, roughly over $200, and we're still in the game.
You play with players. What's your ELO?
Now let's take a look at the next hand. Let's see if I actually play. I'm watching this in real time. I'm getting flashbacks right now.
Yeah?
I'm gonna guess I'm gonna play this hand. This is the very next hand. Let's see. We look down at 7 deuce.
I mean, it depends on which,
Of course, and I limp in for $5. What is this? We're playing circus games now. 7 deuce. Yeah, 7 deuce. Hey, that's a natural 9 in Baki, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let me check again. Yeah, 7 deuce still. Okay. Oh man, I'm getting frustrated just watching this. And somebody raises and we're gonna fold. Yep, that was a waste of $5. Just I'm shaking my head, nodding, what am I doing? Contemplating my life's decisions at this point.
You know the scholars mate?
So at this point, I decided to tighten up my game a little bit. You know, we're sitting around a little over $200 and we're just gonna pretty much fold a bunch of hands. So enjoy some footage of me folding. If you guys want to see what I'm folding and what I'm playing, here's some live footage.
You didn't want to.
Okay, for the next interesting hand, we're in late position. Everyone just folds and we look down at ace-5 offsuit and we decide to limp in. The guy next to me he's been doing it all night. He's been isolating me and he raises up to $20-some. Early position calls, and I think with ace-5 at this point, I think
20?
I'm gonna have to call. So yeah, we put in the chips and let's go to a flop. Now the flop is actually a good flop for us. It's an ace-high flop. It's ace-king-queen with 2 hearts. There is a flush draw out there, and we decide to we check, and the guy next to me that's been raising me bets $20, $30, whatever it is, and we're just gonna call because he can obviously have a bigger ace than me. Now the turn comes a 7 of spade, and we decide to donk lead. We lead out for $40 here. I have mixed feelings about this. I think I should be checking here because he can obviously have a better ace than me. But we decide to just take the aggressive route. And he folds in, we take it down. So sometimes it works. And sorry, I dropped my phone. Yeah, I was very excited to finally win a pot after folding.
No flush.
Yeah, a little bit of a confidence booster at this point.
I didn't want that 10 come out or anything. I didn't want any diamonds, any tens.
So now our stack is almost back out to $300, what we started with. I'm feeling pretty confident. I'm feeling good here. And I think we can make a nice comeback.
Maybe you have a 9 or an ace. I don't know. No?
Let me see this hand. Am I going to play this hand? I don't even know. I'm watching this in real time, guys. Oh, I got king, queen. Now, king, queen in my book is pretty much aces. So king, queen off.
I almost just raised it.
Early position. Somebody raises to $10. I don't know what this $10 raises. Maybe it was a straddle, whatever. I don't think you can straddle to 5-5. But we decide to bump things up to $30. Multiple people decide to call, limp, whatever they do. And the lady next to me, if you see, she's wearing all those diamonds and nice jewelry. Yeah, she's probably looking at us like, look at you peasants, But she goes all in and we're gonna have to call. It's like $200 to call. Yeah, it's $190 to call. Now, guys, this is a clear fold. It's a clear fold. And actually,
got some odds now.
Actually, early position also goes all in. So,
Dude, I need some big
yeah, I
cards
think
out there.
now we're getting great odds, in my opinion. And I know I'm behind. I guarantee you this lady next to me has a pair or an ace high. Who knows? And we just gotta pray that we bink. There's literally $400 in this pot. I need to win this. I was playing just to win this and bounce, but let's see what happens. Now the flop comes king high, which is pretty good. The board runs out clean, and we show our cards. And guess what? Of course, the lady has ace king. We're out kicked. She has a better kicker. Congratulations, lady, and all your jewelry. Now I guess you can buy more jewelry. And now we're back down to a short stack. This is just tilting. Yeah, that was a bad mistake. After watching this, that was a clear fold, guys. I know. I mean, look, sometimes I'm a fish, sometimes dare to fish, sometimes you play good, you play like a pro. You know, it's just like chess. Sometimes you have your moments of genius, sometimes you have your moments of blunders. And this was clearly a moment of blundering. Yeah.
No, I saw it. Yeah.
So, to be honest with everyone, I am voice recording this as I edit, and I'm seeing my mistakes, I'm seeing my blunders, and honestly, poker is like chess. Sometimes you have your moments of brilliance and geniusness, and sometimes you have your moments of blunders. And unfortunately, I played like a fish. I deserve to lose, and I'm gonna learn from this. I'm gonna tell myself, hey, I'm gonna play poker better. I need to improve my game. I need to make better decisions, because in the gambling world, it's all about decisions. But stay tuned, guys, because I have a lot more poker content that's going to be posted in the near future. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Quack, 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 quack.